The night that I got SA'd by my father, we went to go get a few cans of drinks at this store that we usually love going to. And we drove all the way to Lakeshore Park. Mind you, at that time it was around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And he told me to turn off my phone while we were driving there. We were obviously speaking about personal matters, and he didn't want the phones to be listening. I thought it was no big deal, considering I did know that the phones were listening. And the topic was as personal as it can be for me to not disclose that part, because at the end of the day, it's not my matter to discuss. We were at the park at night, around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And when we got there, we took a walk. There was barely anybody there, and I seen a few people, but it was not enough to make a difference. We took a walk near this tree. It was broken. This broken tree. I remember it so fondly because it was right in front of my favorite tree that I disclosed earlier. We sat on the broken tree, actually. And he pulled me towards him. Kind of like how I'm sitting on this tree right now. He was basically leaned against it. And he pulled me towards him, where I'm facing in front of him. My hair is behind me. Basically how I'm facing the wall right now. That's exactly how it was, with him behind me. And he kind of touched my waist. So much so to the point where I could feel his groin. Like I could feel his private area on me. I could feel it on me. At the time, it was just, I didn't know what to make of it. I'm still trying to make something of it because I'm still trying to justify it in a sense. And when I tell you, I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything. And these scenarios, I don't do anything because I don't know. In times where you walk the street and you realize there's a car right in front of you trying to cross and you freeze, that's how I felt in that moment. And I'm still trying to make sense of it. After what felt like 2 minutes, he pulled me off of him. We started walking down to this beach. Mind you, the park had like a beach right next to it. I sat down near the beach. He basically peed right next to the grass. I'm just gonna say it. Like right around the area of where we sat down. So I sat down, he sat down right behind me. And as I was listening to the waves, he started touching me. And by that, I mean touching my waist, telling me how small my waist is and how he could just pick me up at any time, any moment. Then he started touching me at my private area. He started touching my private area through my pants. At the time, I wore leggings. And when he started touching me, my only thought was, what the fuck is going on? My whole body froze. He knew that. And as my body froze, he took that as a sign of approval, I guess. And he went inside my pants and started touching me, feeling my private area, telling me how tight I was, actually feeling me. I was so confused. I was so lost in the moment. Even now, it may sound unbelievable, because that's what happens to a lot of victims. They sound so unbelievable to the point where it's like, who's gonna believe you? Like, who's gonna believe you? There's no proof, there's no evidence. And I don't want to feel like a victim anymore. Even though he's still trying to play it off as though it never happened. And that should never be okay. Like, you should never feel like the person that's supposed to love you the most is gonna hurt you or has hurt you. That is never okay, and I never want to support that, and I never want that to happen to nobody. And the fact that that happened to me is just so unreal. And I'm still trying to make sense of it, because I honestly can't believe that in this scenario I'm the victim. Like, I'm a victim. And I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm only trying to get justice for me. Because at the end of the day, all I want is to live with myself. That's all I want, to live with myself. That same night that happened to me, I had to literally convince him to take me back home because he wanted it to go further. We walked to the car, and he pulled off in a more secluded area, and he sat in the passenger seat, and he pulled me onto his lap. And he wanted it to go further. And thank God I said something. Even though my body, everything was just paralyzed within me. But I said something. And I think that's just what, like, kind of throws me off a bit, because in that moment I should have said more. I should have told somebody in that moment, and I didn't. And therefore I'm reaching out, and I'm trying to gain a sense of thought, hopefully awareness, because nobody should have to go through this. Nobody should have to feel like this. The fact that I feel like I can't live with myself is crazy, because it happened to me. Like, it happened to me. So why do I feel like I can't live with myself? Why can my prosecutor sleep? Why can they eat? When I'm the one that can't sleep, can't eat. I can't even go outside because I have fucking trauma. And I should never feel like this. I should never feel like the only person. My own father has made me feel like this. I want justice.